So it looks like Boosie is determined to keep his foot on Dwayne Wade's neck because he is once again exposing Dwayne for controlling his trans daughter, Zaya. This is not the first time Boosie is speaking on Dwayne and Zaya, but this time, Boosie is coming up with some pretty heavy allegations about how Dwayne has been manipulating and forcing Zaya to change everything about herself for his own benefit. Boosie has a lot of tea on Dwayne, so let's break it down. Like I said, this is not the first time that Boosie is speaking on this topic, and now people are starting to wonder if he knows something that we don't, because he has been talking about it for a while now. And there's never smoke without fire, right? So as we all know, Dwayne's daughter is trans, and according to him, she first came out to him and his wife, Gabrielle Union, in 2020.
Originally named Zion born as a boy, came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. And I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya.
Dwayne and Gabrielle were super supportive, and they immediately started referring to her by her chosen name, Zaya, instead of her birth name, Zion. Zaya was only 12 or 13 years old at the time, and a lot of people felt a way about Dwayne letting her change her gender at such a young age. People believe that she could be just confused, since it's normal for kids to be confused about some things at that age, but Dwayne and Gabrielle didn't listen, and they instead chose to be supportive and let her change her identity. At the time, they got a lot of backlash for this, with a lot of people going as far as to call them out for pushing and manipulating Zaya. Boosie was one of the first who called out Dwayne for letting Zaya be trans, and he dragged him that it was going too far.
I gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too far, dog. That is a male, a 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have figured out yet.
He then accused Dwayne of trying to cut off Zaya's you-know-what and begged him not to do so because she was still very young and she could grow up to fall in love with a girl.
He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his off, bro.
Boosie also told Dwayne to stop addressing Zaya as a she and to use he, him pronouns instead.
Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
Now, I understand that Boosie had his concerns about Zaya's age and whether or not she was mature enough to make heavy decisions like that. But at the time, there was no talk about gender-affirming surgery or anything like that. All Dwayne did was refer to her as Zaya and as she. But Boosie took this to mean that Dwayne wanted Zaya to get surgery at only 12 years old. Boosie got a lot of backlash from that because while a lot of people agreed with his sentiments, even more people felt like Dwayne was doing the right thing by being supportive of Zaya and respecting her wishes. Dwayne's supporters were so mad that they tried to come for Boosie's bag and get him canceled.
When we start losing advertisers, he like, man, I'm gonna call Jay. Jay can put you on the line with Dwayne Wade and y'all do some shit and we clear this up and go get the bag and, you know, we need to clear this up, woo-de-woo. Jay can make it happen.
But Boosie himself admitted that he was not sorry for what he said, and he stood his ground, claiming that he didn't think he said anything wrong in his first video.
That I ain't apologizing because I ain't said nothing wrong. I feel, you know, kids can't make decisions like that at that age, and I just believe in traditional values, that's all.
At the time, Dwayne decided to take the high road and handle the situation with as little drama as possible. He revealed in an interview that he had always suspected that Zaya would be a member of the LGBTQ community. He said, "People don't want to hear this stuff and don't believe this stuff. At 3 years old, me and my wife looked at each other and said, what if? What if, at the time, the name was Zion, comes home one day and says, Dad, I'm gay, or Dad, I'm this, I'm that, What are you going to do, sir? He also went on the I Am Athlete podcast where he thanked Boosie for being a hater and said that his hateful comments about Zaya had helped to start conversations online about the trans community.
Child gonna be that person because of something simple as me supporting who you are. So, Boosie, all the people who got something to say, Jay Boogie who just came out, all the people who got something to say about my kids, I thank you because you're allowing the conversation to keep going forward. Because you know what? You might not have the answer today. I don't have all the answers, but we're growing from all these conversations. So I thank everybody for even hating and starting those conversations.
Now, we thought that was the end of that since both Boosie and Dwayne seem to be over that conversation. But with Boosie's latest revelations about how Dwayne is controlling Zaya, well, it looks like that conversation is far from being over. If you haven't been following the story, well, a lot has been happening in the past couple of months that has led to Boosie's latest accusations. Back in August 2021, Dwayne filed legal documents to have Zaya's name legally changed from Zion and her gender changed to female. Even though people in her circle have been calling her Zaya and using she, her pronouns since she came out, her legal documents still had he, him, and listed her name as Zion. Dwayne's filing meant that Zaya would officially become a girl in the eyes of the law. Her stepmom, Gabrielle Union, was all for this and she showed her support. However, her biological mom, Cia Vaughn Funches, kicked against this and accused Dwayne of trying to use Zaya for financial gain. She filed a motion in court to stop the name change, and she also released a statement to Page 6 where she said, Dwayne is positioned to profit from the minor child's name and gender change with various companies through contracts and marketing opportunities, including but not limited to deals with Disney. I have concerns that Wade may be pressuring our child to move forward with the name and gender change in order to capitalize on the financial opportunities that he has received from companies. She continued, Wade told me that he intended to make our child very famous due to the name and gender issue, and also informed me that there would be endorsements and contracts associated therewith. Zion, who was present at the time, answered that various companies were interested and that Disney was a prospective company. Cia Vaughn basically said that she wanted Zaya to wait until she was 18 and make the decision on her own as an adult, which is pretty much the same thing that Boosie said back in 2020 that got him dragged. Cia Vaughn felt like Dwayne was trying to use Zaya for clout and to get more opportunities in Hollywood. Now, Dwayne did respond to this and said, I guess I have to address these allegations here, which is a shame. I've received a social media post about me forcing our 15-year-old child to be someone she's not and to do something against her will. These are serious and harmful allegations that have hurt our children. No one in our house would ever force Zaya or any of our children to do anything against their will, much less force an identity on them. This isn't a game for my family and definitely not for Zaya. But it looks like Boosie was not swayed by Dwayne's denial because he is now coming out to reveal that Cia Vaughn was right all along. Boosie allegedly believes that Dwayne is carefully and obsessively controlling every aspect of Zaya's life because he is using her gender identity for clout. And even some people believe it is all just a cash grab for Dwayne and nothing more. There are all sorts of comments saying things like, Boosie didn't even say he had a problem with homosexuality. He just doesn't think a young kid should make a choice about their sexuality that will affect them for the rest of their life. Don't care for Boosie, but Boosie is 100% right. Kids today live in a real-life Twilight Zone. And even some like, how people saying that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are in the wrong, but they are ignoring Boosie's attacks against Zaya, who is not his child, and rants against Lil Nas X, and the fact that he had strippers at his son's birthday party is crazy to me. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that Boosie is right to raise his concerns for Zaya, or do y'all think that he needs to shut up and mind his business? Let me know what your thoughts are and then check out this next video.